Today we have nominative versus accusative case. So in chapter 1 you saw the nominative case and we didn't really have much of it. I had told you that it was a fancy word for the subject of the sentence. And usually the subject is going to be the first word, usually. The subject is the one doing the action. So the person doing the action. The subject is also the one that you conjugate the verb for. So in the first sentence here, der Student ist 20, the student is 20. Our subject would be der Student. So I've got it in English here so that you can compare it. Second one, I like to hike. Ich wandere gern. Our subject is ich, or I. And that's the one we're conjugating the verb for. And this one, that is an article. Das ist ein Artikel. Now, in this case, we have the verb sein, to be. And when we have the verb sein, we will always have the nominative case. We could say that this is our subject, or we could say that this is our subject. Because sein is sort of like a big equal sign in math. It makes this side of the sentence exactly equal to that one. That is the same thing as article, or article is the same thing as that. So it's like kind of like a big equal sign. So I'm going to put a star by this one. We're going to come back and look at that in a minute, just because this is a problem point. Now, accusative case is used for direct objects, and a lot of times people have trouble actually figuring out what the heck a direct object is, especially if you have, horror nightmares from being in English class and having to identify direct objects. Well, normally the direct object is the thing that gets done. Or I'm going to say the thing that gets verbed. Verbed. Because we can have lots of verbs here, like the thing that gets eaten, the thing that gets bought, the thing that gets seen, the thing that gets read. Usually your direct object is going to be over here on the end. Now that's kind of an unofficial rule, but it's usually going to be about, on the other side of the sentence. So now in this sentence, der Student hat eine Schwester. The student has a sister. The thing that he is having, or he has, is going to be the direct object. So that would be eine Schwester, a sister. So that is going to be your direct object. Or I guess we could also call it the accusative case. So remember, this is a fancy word for direct object. And the next one, I play video games. Ich spiele Videospiele. The thing that I play is my direct object. And this right here is the thing I play, Videospiele. So that is my direct object. Or, if we want to call it also, the accusative case. And the very last one, we are reading an article, or we read an article. Remember that in German we don't have present progressive. Wir lesen einen Artikel. The thing that we read is the direct object. We're not reading ourselves, we're reading the article. So this would be our direct object. Now you may be wondering, why is einen here? I'll explain that in a later video, but for now you know that it means we read an article. Now let's go back over here. A lot of times people think that this would have to be a direct object. And when I learned German, I thought that this would be a direct object for 2 years before someone told me otherwise. But the reason why there is no direct object in this sentence is once again because we have sein. Anytime you have a form of to be, ich bin, du bist, er, sie, es ist, wir sind, ihr seid, sie sind. Anytime you have that here, this will only be nominative. So let's write in big letters nominative. Doesn't begin with an M. N. Nominative. So this is completely nominative. There are no direct objects here. Okay, if you have any other questions, let me know. Tschüss.